I'm at the Global Sources Mobile Electronics Show in Hong Kong, and with me today is Dr. Hanson, creator of Han, the human-like robot. Dr. Hanson, thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you.
So my first question to you is, why is there a need to humanize robots?
Making robots look like people can allow people to relate to robots. So people are drawn to fictional media that look like people, like computer animation, video game characters, or even magazine covers. By making robots look like people, we're creating a new form of animation medium that provides emotional access to the technology.
Will it take time for people to get used to interacting and looking at a robot that looks human? Because over here, we've seen a lot of people interacting with Han, and the first thing they think, it's a little creepy, right?
Yeah. Well, Han is like this kind of aggressive-looking action hero kind of character, and so he can be a little bit intimidating. But by making them emotionally accessible, like our female Eva character, then people open right up to them. We can also make them look like children and animals and anime characters. And even though the experience is perhaps startling to people to see an interactive robot that makes eye contact with you and responds to you emotionally and verbally, the experience is engaging and captivating. And so people may have this kind of startled response to it, but they crowd around and they interact. Holding people's attention, mind share, as they call it, is a really valuable kind of aspect to any technology, and especially it's valuable for humanoid robots.
How soon before we actually see Han or another robot at a restaurant or maybe somewhere else at the reception? Just today I saw a video on YouTube of a robot, a humanoid robot in Japan, and she works as a receptionist. So it's not too far away, I guess, right?
No, not too far away. That's why we're here. We're scaling our manufacturing of the robots so that we can put them out there at affordable prices into museums, retail spaces, and use them for kind of customer service and entertainment applications, information services, education applications. There are so many potential uses. Historically, the barrier to addressing all of these market opportunities has been cost and the ability to make many, many units. And so we're making tremendous progress here at solving these and getting them out there into people's lives.
So are you already sourcing components from China for robotics, and what kind of components?
We are. We're sourcing very many sub-assemblies. We're sourcing having our custom designs for some of the sub-assemblies made. We're sourcing electronics components. We're sourcing motors, and so this is a great place in the world to do this kind of work, both because of the supply chain for locally manufactured components, but also because of the connection to the West. So often products are made with components that are made around the world and brought here and then assembled here, or components that are made here and then assembled elsewhere around the world. So we have an operation here, but we also have an operation in Texas, and we have some vendors in Europe. And so we're, and we have actually some vendors, some AI developer vendors in Africa at this point. But that's the miracle of this age, is that it's trans-global, and so global sources really means global sources. But there is no source at this point of time like this part of the world for certain kinds of components and certain kinds of manufacturing, especially if you wanted to optimize the cost of a mass manufactured product, electro-mechanical object like what we're making.
How advanced are manufacturing facilities in China for robotics components?
Well, in some ways they're as good as anywhere in the world, and it depends on the particular manufacturer that you're working with, Other times there can be challenges sourcing the kind of precision and reliability, especially if you're trying to optimize the cost. And so there's a lot of room for growth, for sourcing the kind of reliable components and getting things tested. There are a lot of tools for doing these kinds of things, but sometimes accessing the information and networking in is like the greatest challenge. So it's all there. It's just getting to it that sometimes can be pretty challenging.
So who buys your robots currently? Are you selling your robots currently?
Yeah, we're selling our robots to science museums, universities, health organizations who are testing the robots for healthcare applications. So we've sold many robots. 40-something robots at pretty high prices because that's how much it costs to make them, and we could not make very many. So the bottleneck for addressing some what were very large market opportunities was manufacturing. The market opportunities have gotten much larger and obvious over time, and so there is all that more urgent of a pressure to address the manufacturing, scalable manufacturing.
So how soon will your robots be mass manufactured? Is it a couple of months, couple of years, or already happening?
Yep. Well, when we're complete for mass manufacturing, mass manufacturing can go through several stages, right? So mass manufacturing for some of them, early market demands might be in the hundreds of units, and so that we're pretty close to complete on. But the real opportunities are in where you're selling millions of units, and so there we need to take the units that we've developed and finish testing. We're looking at relative short terms for addressing all of these kinds of market opportunities.
So a couple of years, you would say?
So I think that mass manufacturing robots, where you have robots that can walk and make facial expressions and conversationally interact, you would be looking at a few years, no more than. For robots that can address these kind of intermediate market opportunities, you'd be looking at less than a year.
Thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you.